So today we have to discuss about the CPU organization. So, so in this lecture, we have to know or you have to discuss how the stack-based CPU organization works. Basically, there are three different type of CPU organization. One is called stack-based, one is called accumulator-based, and one is called register-based. So we have to discuss in this stuff. First, we have to discuss about the stack-based, and subsequently we have to discuss about the other two types, that is your register-based and the accumulator based. So CPU organization means the basically how CPU designed and how it works. That basically based upon that category, it may be considered as stack based, accumulator based, and register based. So let's start the discussion on stack. So before discussing about the stack base, so let's have a look at the stack. Already you might have know about the stack in data structure and algorithm topic. So stack is a list of data elements, usually words with accessing restriction. That means the elements can be added or removed at one end of the list only. The end is called top of the stack. The end is called top of the stack, and the other end is called the bottom. And the structure sometimes known as push down stack. And there is a special purpose register and sometimes a general purpose register is used as a stack pointer to point to the stack structure. A stack is implemented by using a portion of the main memory for this purpose. That means we have to consider a stack region in the main memory by considering the starting and end location, and that portion is we have to consider that as stack. And when we have to use the stack operation, and we have to insert and we have to delete or make any operation in that memory location. So there are two operation it is performed in the stack. One is called push and one is called pop. And the first element is placed on the location bottom. And when new elements are pushed on the stack, they are placed successively in the lower address location. And it is assumed that stack grows in the direction of a decreasing memory address. That means if you have a stack with bottom is with address 2000, then I have to place the first word in the location 2000. Then the successive word I have to increase, I have to place in decreasing the value of the stack till it reaches the upper limit. That is the this way, or you can use in the reverse order also, but most commonly it is considered that we are using decreasing order for placing the elements. So let's start with the first operation, that is your push operation. Push means we have to insert a one word or element to the stack defined by the location in the memory part of the memory that we have used for the stack. Okay, so we may write what is that we have to write. We have to initially it is a value is in stack pointer. Then I have to decrement that value. So I have to write subtract the value 4, and that is from the stack pointer. That means initially stack pointer will hold one values. If I have considered my bottom is 2000, then the stack pointer will hold 2004. So that when I'll subtract the value 4, it will identify the location 2000 where I can insert the element. And for inserting the element, I have to write move the item. I have to say that the variable name is new item, and I have to place that in the location identified by the stack. So I have just put the bracket for that purpose. That means what? The meaning of this statement is initially I have to subtract the value 4 so that whatever the value is showing in the stack pointer, that will be subtracted by 4, and I have to place the new item, whatever the item or location, memory location, I have to place in the location identified by the stack pointer, and this operation is known as push operation. And I may write through single line these two instruction or these two statement can be written in single line by using the auto decrement operation on the stack. For that purpose, I may write like this. I have to write in place of these two. I may write move new item or item. Then I have to decrement the content of the stack pointer this way. So anyone you can use. So either you can use this single statement using the decrementing the stack pointer, or you can go to the other approach by subtracting the value 4 from the stack pointer, then moving the new item to stack pointer. So in the same way, the pop operation can be performed by moving the content of the stack. Initial we have to write, what is that we have to write? Move the content of identified by the stack pointer to the variable item. And once the content identified by the stack pointer move to the item, then I have to increase the content of the stack pointer by performing addition operation, add plus 4 to the stack pointer. So these two are used for what? For pop operation, and these two are used for push operation. And this single, I can also write these two in a single line by writing move then I have to write the stack pointer value plus, then I have to write item. So either I have to write this statement or these two statement for pop operation. So stack basically perform two operation, that is one is called push for inserting one element to the stack, and pop for removing the one element from the stack. So we were basically following a procedure that is called shape push and shape pop operation. This is the structure. Let's have a look at the structure. This is the stack, and this is my memory location. Starting address may be considered as 0, and there is scale location in my memory, and part of the memory from a particular address to a particular address, this is considered as my stack. That means this portion is used as for stack operation with a bottom address and with a upper address. This is my range of the stack. So when I have to insert one element, I have to insert in the top of the stack. Then I have to I have to use the push operation. Then the stack will grow till it reaches the top address. Otherwise, I cannot perform the operation on it. So there is a procedure that is called we have to check before inserting an element or before removing an element from the stack, that is known as your shape push and shape pop operation. I will come to that portion later. So for this given example, we assume that the bottom is with the address of 2000, let's say, and your top is address, here what is that address, 1500. If I have defined the stack address from 2000 to 1500, then I have to start inserting from the location 2000, and then I have to decrease the stack pointer values. And initially, if my stack bottom address is 2000, initially the stack pointer will be loaded with the value 2004, so that my first element will be placed in from the location 2000, and my last element I can place in the location 1500. If successful, I place the elements on the stack, and gradually stack grows from location 2000 to 1500. So this is the already I have explained about the subtract from the, it is in reversely order written. Okay, so that means I have to subtract 4 from the stack, and then I have to move the new item. In the same way, I have to add 4 from the stack for the pop operation. Let's move forward to discuss about the SEP push and SEP pop operation. SEP push and SEP pop operation assure that there is a space or it is not reached, the stack is filled or not filled. So in case of if the stack is filled, it will give a error, and if the stack is empty, it will give a error. So let's start with the SEP push first. So this is my top address 1500, and this is my bottom address. So first I have to compare the value of the top address, what I have considered for my stack, with the value of the stack pointer. And if the branch value is less than 0 or equal to 0, then it is a full error. That means I cannot uh, I cannot push further, because that I have crossed the uh, memory defined by the stack. If it is not, if this condition does not occur, then I can go for what? I can subtract to the value 4. Subtract value 4, I have to write like this. I have to subtract value 4 from the stack pointer. Then I have to move the new item to stack pointer. That I have to write like that. So in the reversely, if I have to check for pop operation, for the pop operation I have to consider with the bottom value, which I have considered in this example as 2000. And if the comparison result give me a branch value greater than 0, then that indicate that your stack is empty. I cannot pop from the stack. So otherwise, I have to uh, I have to perform what? I have to perform move. I have to move whatever the content is in the stack pointer identified by the stack pointer to the variable item. Then after this operation, this is the simple pop operation. I have to increase the my stack pointer value to 4. So this routine is known as SEP push and SEP pop operation. Basically, whenever we are inserting and deleting or making a push and pop operation, we have to check this routine whether my stack is full or my stack is empty. This basically used for inserting or removing the one element from the stack. So button element is initially placed in the bottom address, and subsequently we can make push and pop till the your uh, stack is filled or stack is emptied based upon the step pop and step push criteria satisfied. Now let's have a discussion how stack based CPU organization works. So in this stack based CPU organization, already it is explained that part of the memory is represented as a stack with a bottom address. This may be called my bottom address, and this may be called as my top address. And initially, if there is no elements are inserted, and it will identify, already I have told, if my bottom address is the 2000, and if there is no element, then my top of the stack or my stack pointer will identify the location 2004. So the accumulator holds the one of the operand in the stack based operation. So initially, one of the when a data or operand is available in the stack, it will provide it to the accumulator. So once it is available in the accumulator, then it will move the content to the temporary register, TR, or you may write it as a temp. And the next operand is fetched from the stack, and it is placed in the accumulator. Then ALU will perform the operation. So in case of your stack based CPU organization, all the ALU operations, if it this by CPU, and I, this is my CPU and this is the memory part. There is another unit that is called control unit. So control unit perform different type, generate the different type of control signals that are required for the execution of instruction. But basically here our focus is on the stack based CPU organization, and we are discussing about the stack operation. So the information or operand is available in the stack, that is a part of the main memory, and the operand is coming to the uh, that is ALU. If the arithmetic logic operation is need to be performed on the instruction, then the ALU will perform by implementing the stack based instruction, and sometime it is also known as zero address instruction or zero address instruction format. That means when we are making an operation on the stack, then no address of the operand is required if it is stack based CPU, because all the data or operands must be available in the stack by the help, and we can access them by the help of the push and pop operation. So in this organization, the only ALU operands are zero addresses, means this C or other type of ALU operands or operation may not be zero address. Other instruction are not zero address instruction. Only the ALU operands are zero addresses. So let's start with one example. Let's the instruction is like this. We have to execute one expression which perform the multiplication of two operand. Then it add the values with multiplication of another two operands. That means the x will hold the product of a and b, and that will be added to product of c and a and with d, and it will finally available at the variable x. X may be a location in the memory, or x may be a register. So we have to, in case of stack based CPU organization, we have to use only push and pop on the memory. We cannot perform other if it is a ALU based instruction. So for this given example, I have to push A. That means whatever the value that is kept in location A, I have to push to the stack. So on the top of the stack, I have to push A. If this is my top of the stack, I have to push A. Then I have to push B. So my top of the stack will be changed. Already I have told it will show to the next value identified through the stack pointer. So I have to push the value of the B as per the stack pointer identifying to the location. So it will be placed after that, the address identified by the stack pointer. But when this instruction executed, this is called mult instruction executed. So this is an example of a zero address instruction. Zero address instruction means so operation to be performed on the stack. So actually when this multiplication or any type of arithmetic or logic operation performed in a stack based operation, what actually performed? It perform, you first perform pop operation. When this, the internal meaning of this multiplication is, it will perform, what is this? It will perform the, in this given example, it perform the B. So what is B? B is my second operand. Second operand. Then it will perform, what is that it perform? It perform the first operand. That is my, it will perform the first operand. And after that, it will perform the multiplication, because the instruction is a multiplication. So it will perform mult. That means we multiply the product of A and B, and finally it push the result back. That means whenever any 0 byte instruction like mult, like addition is performed, it performs this way. That means we perform the pop. That means each 0 byte zero address instruction executed internally like on the stack like this. It pop the second operand first, then it pop the first operand, then it perform the whatever the zero address instruction, it is multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Then it will perform the once again it place the result back to the stack. So that is the interpretation of this ADD, or you can say this mult. So each time whenever your processor hit with a zero address instruction, it internally perform 4 operation on the stack internally. There is no explicitly or exclusively we have to need to write the pop and pop of second operand, popping of the first operand, and putting placing the result, making the multiplication, and once again push. That means this is internally happening in the stack. So if you look at the given instruction what we have taken for this example, so it will be push first, then it will be second one will be push, and then we have to perform the multiplication, then next third operand to be push, and fourth operand to be push, then we have to perform the multiplication, then we have to perform the addition. So this way a stack basically works. So let's start in more detail actually how you have to understood and how you have to write the uh, 0 byte or 0 address instruction format in stack base. So you have to actually you have to represent, you have to compute the postfix notation for this one. Let's start with same example in more detailed way. Okay, so same example I have considered, only the difference is that here it is used the content of the location 2000, initially used memory location, will be transferred to register A, and another memory location will be transferred to register B, another location will transfer to register C. That means the data is available in the memory location, then it will by the help of what? By the help of your data transfer instruction like move, they are available at location or register A, B, C, D as per the given example. Okay. So now this push means this ALU operation performed. This is on a stack. Already I have told. So when we perform the push operation, on top of the stack will identify the register A. And when I perform the push of the B, the top of the stack will identify the B. That means it will label initially A, then it will be B. Then when I have to use the what? Multiply, then the two top of the stack, that is your B and A, will be multiplied, and the top of the stack identified through the stack pointer will hold the, that means it will hold the product of A and B. This way you have to interpret, and but the question here, main question is how to determine the steps. For that you have to find the postfix notation for this expression. So this can be, if I convert this to reverse postfix notation, I may write as I may write this expression x is equal to a star b plus c star d may be written as like this. I have to write a b star plus c d star. This is the postfix notation. Then I have to use the again postfix notation for these um, two elements. Then I have to write a b star. Then I have to write c d star. Then I have to write the operator plus. So this is my postfix notation for the given provided expression. So then I have to make it step 1. This is my step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and step 7. So I have to, A means I have to push A, that it is written push A. B means I have to use push B. So in the stack based operation, the operation on the stack can be push and pop. So it is mult, so I have to use mult. Then C, push C, push D, again mult, then add, then finally I have to extract pop. So this way you can able to write any expression and then you can represent through stack-based CPU organization by converting the your expression to postfix notation by the way it is done in this given example. This way, your stack-based CPU implemented by the help of a accumulator, temporary register, and ALU, and portion of the memory is called your stack. So in the reverse way, if a particular instruction is given, then if you want to know what the operation, you can also compute from your system. For example, if let's say the instruction is provided this much only, push C. That means you have in the stack you have to place C. Then push D means you have to push D. Then multiply means you have to write. You heard that you have to write here in the top of the stack. In the top of the stack you have to write C multiplied by D. Then add means uh, uh, here add means to top of the stack, whatever the top of the stack. So it is, if you consider the example here, initially I placed A and then I have placed B, then I have performed mult, then it means in the top of the stack is A plus B. Then I push C means on the top of the stack it is showing C. When I push D in the top of the stack it is D, and when I perform this multiplication then it is the C and D, and when I perform this addition, this C and D and the next one is A and B, they will be added. That means in the X value, this product of A and B plus C plus D will be executed. This way you can able to convert a given expression to specific instruction using stack base, or in the reverse way, if a given instruction is provided, you can able to understood the meaning of the expression or meaning of the express what the CPU perform, that exclusively you can able to understood the meaning of the execution. So this is the operation performed in stack base. Uh, that whatever the if you repair understood this again. So initially you pushed A means when this you have pushed A, the and when you push B, then the and when we perform this multiplication, then the instruction which one second operand will be available at accumulator and it will available at temporary register, and when this multiplication next pop, then it will placed in the accumulator, then it will perform the multiplication. That means whatever the content in accumulator in temporary register, it will be performed. If it is multiplication, then it will be A star B. Product of A will be that will perform by the ALU based upon the control signal generated by the control unit. So in this case, it is a mult or multiplication. So then again it will be pushed to the top of the stack identified by the stack pointer. So this is the operation in stack-based CPU organization, and we have to discuss the advantages and limitation of the stack-based CPU organization. The advantage is that it is easy programming with a higher compiler efficiency and highly suitable for block structured language programming, and instruction do not have address field. That means short instruction means your zero address instruction format. So it is a no need to find the particular address for making the operation by the in case of stack base, because everything is available in the stack. In the disadvantage is that, or we may say that the limitation, we have to implement the stack. Additional hardware circuit is needed for the stack implementation, and the number of steps required for executing a particular task may be higher one, means in comparison to the register based. So if you are adding two number in register base, we can able to write only two statement, add a comma b or whatever the two register. But if you are implementing this through the stack, then we have to push a, push b, then we have to mult, then we have to pop, like that. That means the number of steps for performing a particular task in the stack base is more. So if the number of step is more, then the execution time, that is the value of t, which depend upon the number of N means number of instruction, and the S, that is your steps for average number of steps for each instruction. So that will also high, so execution time will be more. That is the only limitation in case of stack based, but however, stack based is very much popular for specific applications where we are using block structured programming languages, and most of the PC of the first generation and second generation, that processor is supported through stack. Even if today's computer also supports stack, even if it is the majority task is performed through register, but for specific operation or application, still stack is preferred. So this is the discussion on stack based CPU organization. And subsequently, we have to discuss on other types of CPU organizations.